It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Commissioner Andrew Pallito.
So first I want to thank the Governor and Secretary Hoffman for taking time out of their day. I think what you can see is that the Governor and the Secretary really support the Department of Corrections and all the important work that we do. Whenever you have a Secretary and a Governor attend an event, I think you can be pretty sure that it's a recognition of the important work that goes on within this department, that they can make the time. And Rob has been supportive for a long time, and I want to thank him. I also want to thank the Academy class who puts our academies together and does a fine job of it. I think you can tell from some of the reward and recognition pieces that the work that we do is pretty serious, and it's quick, and it gets dangerous quick. And the only way to ensure that these things are resolved quickly and without serious harm is to make sure that our correctional officers are trained. They are our frontline defense in our correctional facilities. So I want to recognize our Academy staff. They do a fine job. They've been through a lot of transition, and under Bill's leadership, they've really done a good job of pulling it together. One of the reasons we decided to put reward and recognition and correctional officer graduation together is to show the new recruits that the work that goes on in this department is very serious and very dangerous. And if you're not properly trained and you're not serious about the job that you do with the Department of Corrections, you're not going to be successful. As the Secretary mentioned, many of our senior managers, Robert Kupek, Lisa Menard, started as correctional officers and sat in the chairs that you're sitting in today. They were serious about the work that we do. They were dedicated to the department and its mission, and as a result, they now lead this department, as do I, but they're more the brains of the operation than I am. I just got to do the media and the fun stuff. But so I want to emphasize that this work is very dangerous, and when Lisa and I actually sat down to pick the reward and recognition honorees, we had to pick from a group. And so this is only a sample of the stuff that goes on. Right now, the economy is probably in one of the worst shape it's been since the Great Depression. In fact, you're walking into jobs that have benefits, have leave, have retirement packages, have assistance programs, health screening, all the things that we hold near and dear as state employees. You're walking into those jobs in probably the worst economy we've seen in 50 years. Part of that's good. Part of that is a recognition that even during this economy, the Department of Corrections experiences almost a 20% turnover rate of its correctional officers. That's a recognition of how hard these jobs are. It's shift work, it's dangerous, it's quick, and you got to be on your toes all the time. You have to be dedicated to what we do in order to succeed. As Rob mentioned, there is a certain segment of this graduating class that won't make the first 6 or 12 months. That's a reality. But if you listen to the training that you've had, you abide by the work rules on and off duty, and you're dedicated to what we do, you will succeed and you will lead this department at some point. I'm confident. We are picking leaders in this department from existing state employees, and we have all along. And I think that that's a recognition of the fine work that we do here. So congratulations to all of you. I don't mean to sound so down. The day I visited the Academy class this year, this class happened to be the day that you were doing cell extractions, which are some of the most dangerous points in a correctional officer's career. You know, you'll go days and days and days where it's fairly quiet, and then all of a sudden something very serious will happen, and it's a complete shift in how your day was going to start. So just recognize that these are really dangerous jobs at points. They're good jobs. Otherwise, we wouldn't be so dedicated to what we do. I'm a 20-year state employee. There's many managers that are sitting here, many of whom were recognized in the 30 and 35 range, who've been with this department for most of that time. That's a recognition that it's important what we do, and we all value it. It's a collective effort, but it can be dangerous. We had an assault a couple of weeks ago at a probation and parole office, the most unlikely place to have an assault, and yet we had one. And it was dangerous, and it was quick, and it was serious. That's a long way for me to say welcome aboard. This is really a day of celebration. But I appreciate the dedication to get through these academy classes, and I appreciate how hard you have to work to make a 97.8. I think that's very impressive. And congratulations and thank you.